live. We are live.
So
Hello,
are we?
everyone. What's that?
We're underneath the thumbnail that you actually made.
Yeah.
If I click on that. Okay, I see us.
I'm glad you do. Hello, everyone. Can you guys see us and hear us okay in the chat? We've had updating of Zooms in progress and things. So let us know if you can hear and see us. Let's see. Kelly said that sounds, oh, they're talking about something else. Hello, Meredith and Danny's here. Teacher Kelly Tag is here. She's listening while cleaning the bathrooms. Thumbs up, down to that. I don't know.
And Jason, he's been coming to a lot of lives too. Hello, Jason.
Yeah, Jason Ross.
I don't know Jason personally.
And let's see.
How did he find us?
I think he's a part of the YouTube group.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to go watch his videos. I think I did check out his channel.
Email from me yesterday. All right. So, hello, Amanda Panda. Are you still trying to get in?
Oh, I'm coming.
It's still working. Okay, got it.
Hi, Danny.
I had to move my computer and set up, but I'm here.
Oh, take your time. All right. Well, everybody, thanks for coming. Today I thought was a interesting topic. I think Amanda sent this idea, right?
I think so.
I think so. Talking about acronyms. Oh, I like your background. Is it new?
Wow.
It's brand new.
It's so pretty.
Love it.
Okay, I'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
It's a dollar store tablecloth that's orange.
Very good.
3 little fans, like decorative party fans.
Mm-hmm.
A banner that I made for my Etsy shop. It's not listed yet, but it's brand new banner. And then this little name sign, and that's it.
Cute.
A little tissue paper. So yeah, that's it. It's tablecloth, dollar tablecloth.
Nice.
And it looks so good on camera. It looks really good on camera.
Yeah.
You must have smoothed it out really well.
You know what? You could see a little bumps there, but you can't tell on camera with the kids. So no one can see. So yeah, it works out great. I just went right on the wall and there you go.
Anyone that knows me knows I'm not a perfectionist. The bumps I wouldn't even notice. Okay, guys, well, really quick, let's introduce ourselves. And then we'll get started.
So no one.
Oh, I hear myself.
Sorry, that was me. Sorry.
My big old voice. Okay, let's see. Cindy Pummer, you are in my top left.
Hello, I am Cindy Pummer, and I am hailing from Texas. I don't know what else to say. I've been teaching. I've been
very artistic, and you're a clown.
Yes, I was a professional clown for 15 years, and I've been teaching for VIPKid for almost 2.5 years. So,
yeah. And you want to shout out your channel?
Oh yes, Cindy Pummer. That's it. YouTube. Yay!
I think we should probably do one where we let someone else introduce us, because we get tired of saying about ourselves, but it's always fun to introduce someone else.
That's true.
All right, let's do it. Sorry, Cindy already went though. All right, Cindy Bennett, you wanna shout out somebody else?
Oh, really? Now you're gonna put me on the spot.
I'm asking.
All right. Below me, I have like, I'm on the top, but below me is Amanda Panda Teacher, and she has a wonderful Etsy shop and some really awesome rewards and teacher help. She come up with some new videos for some good rewards, then find a star rewards, and she's been a guest on our show here for several weeks now. She's become a regular. So thank you for coming, Amanda.
Thank you for having me.
Good. I will shout out Cindy Bennett. My friend Cindy and Cindy's been with me since the very beginning of all of this, learning how to
Yes, I've known you when you were just this tiny. Well, not really, but in VIPKid world.
I think Cindy was at my very first live on YouTube even. So
really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you and Evelyn yeah.
Was that the one you were in your car?
Well, that was the first one of these. Yeah.
Okay.
But even before that, I didn't start YouTube until I met you and Evelyn and Danny and Morgan. So Cindy Bennett has an amazingly helpful Facebook group, the iPad users group. We shout that out all the time, and everybody shouts it out because it is so helpful. And you just go to it.
It was a good
Thanks,
idea.
iPad.
It was just an idea I came up with, and just at the right time.
She has 13 children, and I love that about her because I love following her story and her kids, and she teaches her grandbaby, and there's just so much about it. I could just go on forever, though.
And we do the step bet. So, Kasie, I will have you know that Saturday night at 11:30, I had to do 1,000 steps in my studio here. So, yeah, I was like, it's the last week. I'm not giving up.
Right. She messaged me. I was like, oh. Okay, Amanda Panda, you want to shout out? Maybe you can shout out Melissa.
Yeah, I'll shout out Melissa. Hey, this is Melissa. Melissa is a coach and part of the Builders program for VIPKid. She coaches new teachers online and holds workshops. She's a homeschool mom and helps homeschool her kids. I just learned that about you.
Is it 3 kids?
Mm-hmm.
3 kids?
Oh, 3 kids. Awesome. Teacher Melissa has been with VIPKid for a little longer than me. I think a month or 2 longer.
Yeah.
3 years. And she's got a cool Children's Day background today.
Yeah, very nice.
Oh, I forgot. Melissa has a podcast. Is it Mornings with Melissa?
Mornings with Melissa. Yeah.
Mornings with Melissa. So awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun. Well, I don't know. Melissa might not know much about Cindy Pummer because she just came. But is there anything else anybody wants to say?
Did we shout out you?
Shout out you.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh, they know me.
There's Kasie.
Okay, Melissa, you.
Kasie is climbing the VIPKid ladder.
Yeah.
And the YouTubers 1,000 Club.
Yes, Kasie is a VIPKid teacher extraordinaire with a YouTube channel and a Facebook channel, and she put this collaboration station together so we could help collaborate and talk about topics that are helpful to teachers.
Hey, okay, let's get started.
I'll add
myself.
Yeah.
Kasie is known for her teacher interviews. And she recently got to interview my rock star favorite fan, teacher Michael, who taught me all about puppets. That was a really fun interview to watch. So if you haven't seen other videos of Kasie's, got to watch Puppet and teacher Michael.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun. Great. Okay, are you guys ready to get started?
Yeah.
I think this could be a lot of fun. I have a list. Did anybody else try to come up with some beforehand?
Nope.
I have a few.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we come up with. So I think everyone knows what an acronym is. It's basically an abbreviation using the beginning or initial letters of words. And we come up, well, we don't come up with them, but they're pretty much made for us. The military had tons for us to learn. So I think pretty much every job comes with some acronyms. So
teaching is a lot, just in general. Like the teaching profession has a ton.
Yeah, right?
So many.
Amanda, were you going to write them?
Oh, you want me to write some?
Oh, no, I was wondering if you did. Oh, Cindy's got some ready. Go for it, Cindy.
Well, student no-show. That's probably the first one you find because when you're new, you have a few of those usually. SNS.
Mm-hmm. Good. What else do you have on there, Cindy?
Me?
Yeah, you had 3, right?
Yep. SN would be short notice. So that would be like if you're gonna, like I have 3 open tomorrow. I'm hoping I get filled. Short notice. And TNS is a teacher no show, which I got one of those Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah. I said it was a technical issue, but it was technical. Technically, I just totally spaced out. So, but that's only my second one, and I'm just finishing 2 years. So
yeah,
it happens.
Okay. Anybody else want to go? I have plenty here, so you guys can talk about some before we get into the ones that. What's that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I just was writing down. So student no show, and then TNS is teacher no show. The TIT teacher IT issue, SIT student IT issue. Then I had SN for short notice.
Which one is system problem? Is that SYS?
Yes, it's SYS.
Oh, I didn't even see that on any list I had. Even on the, did you know that in the because I researched before these, did you know in the VIPKid portal there's actually a document of acronyms?
There is.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Got them.
Wow, I'm invisible.
I see you. Okay, who else? Let us know in the chat if you can think of some too. We want to see what we can come up with today. Oh, thank you, Danny. Danny said dropping a thumbs up.
MC is major course.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I remember when I first started, like 3 years ago, I always thought it was master class because that was like a big thing, but it's major course.
Good.
And MCM, isn't that mock class mentor?
Yeah.
That's similar to MC.
And while we're still kind of on the platform of people, the mock class mentor or the LP, what's the LP?
Learning partner.
Learning partner.
Learning partner. Good. And what about the FM?
Oh, yeah.
Fireman.
Fireman.
I think I kind of gave that one away.
I had trouble with them yesterday because they, like, whenever I don't know if new people are finding this, it used to be that you would talk to the firemen and you would work out a plan. But now if you can contact the firemen, they just switch lines. So I was having trouble with my slides loading. So I contacted firemen and then it was okay. But then the firemen switched lines.
Right.
So then I had to wait again. So it was kind of annoying.
Oh.
So it was like going back and forth. And that didn't happen at the beginning because you could kind of like work it out and they would talk to you and say, is it okay? And they wouldn't switch lines until they told you they were switching lines.
So I remember some veteran teachers talking before about that, like in the section where you could actually type something to them. Sometimes by the time I'm typing, like if you hit other and you try to start typing, it's already switched. Or sometimes
right. I think it's like an automatic.
It
feels like it's an automatic response rather than a human response.
Yeah, that's how they're saving time on response times. I have not had any like problems to call the firemen in forever, and I just had one. And I waited 17 minutes. I have never waited that long. And this was a big problem. Like she could not see the slides. I couldn't hear her. She couldn't hear me. I switched lines. I refreshed. I had her go away and come back. I did all my tricks. Nothing worked. And so at the end, after like 20 minutes, they put us into the old classroom and then they marked the class as system issue. So it was SYS, system problem. That's why I knew that one so in my mind. Yeah, my poor regular, because we've never had problems. So our connection is always great. Like we're always jamming, no lag, no problems. But this was a problem. So it was just an issue.
I had a trial student that waited like 12 minutes for the trial and finally got it going.
And you're like, how am I supposed to like sell this product when I can't
There were no slides like for 10 minutes. I was surprised this kid stuck it out.
Right. We all remember I had to read stories for 25 minutes to my regular.
I remember you said that. I'm like, here's my chance. Now it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, teacher Renee, Marianne, Lyle. I think I already shout out Jason and anybody else I haven't said hi to. Thanks for coming. All right, let's see.
I got one on my list. Brick and mortar, B&M. A lot of people are not from the teaching profession, and so when they see B&M or brick and mortar, they have no idea what that means. So that means that you were a teacher in a traditional classroom setting, in a traditional regular school setting. So this specifically references to works at a school system, brick and mortar, meaning walls and bricks and mortar walls.
I had never heard that before, and I've been a teacher for 9 years in the classroom. Like I don't know how it's a VIPKid term, but yeah, it's what people say. They say B&M. So if you see B&M, that means brick and mortar. I thought of baked beans. Isn't that B&M baked beans?
Yeah, Boston baked beans. Yeah.
I guess you're hungry all the time.
Look, I haven't had lunch. I was eating on Zoom before we all came live, so I did.
I had another one.
Yeah.
So it's very confusing, the codes for the classes.
Mhm.
So I wrote down all the little sections. So we've got
Yeah.
some of these on our list already, but MC is major course. So that's the first like lettering. L3, that's the level. So telling what level the student is. And then unit L or U4 means the unit they're on. And this is really confusing. LC8 means learning cycle. So like all of our lessons are designed so that 1 through 6 is a learning cycle, and then 7 through 12 is a learning cycle. And so this tells you that they're in learning cycle, and it's the number 8, the
Right.
second
So
one.
it would be 2-8 because 8 is in the second learning cycle.
LC2-8, right?
2-8. Oh, let's see. I just picked it up. I wrote it from one of my classes here.
Yeah.
Oh,
because-
yes. I didn't write it.
1
That's right.
dash 1 through 6, and then 2 is except level 1.
I didn't write it. So yeah, it would be LC2-8, and then that would say it's in the second learning cycle. It's the 8th lesson of that unit. So
Yeah.
Perfect. Hello,
That's
Lori.
really
Thanks
confusing.
for joining us.
Mhm.
All right. Who did I interrupt?
Oh.
Okay. Let's see. Anybody want to go before I start pulling them out from here?
So I thought of one that was confusing to me when I first started.
Mhm.
So you will see FAS, and people will be talking like sometimes they're talking about Find the Star, like that reward game, but sometimes they're talking about the finish type, finished as scheduled. So you'll see it.
Oh.
Like
Good
on
one.
Facebook, they'll be like, well, was your class FAS? And like this new teacher's like, I don't know. What are you talking about? And so sometimes I think that's confusing. Maybe that's an acronym that really has 2 meanings. But if you're talking about a class, it's finished as scheduled. If you're talking about that game, it's Find the Star.
That's important. That's important.
Always consider the game. I never think about the finish as scheduled. That's a good one. All right, so some ESL ones that I found was TPR. So, guys, what's TPR?
Right,
Total
right.
physical response.
Total physical response.
Because we
and-
want the student to respond with that movement.
Yes. And if you want some good direction on that, find Shannon Mabry. She's got podcasts. She's in workshops. She's great with TPR. She's very passionate about TPR. Okay, another ESL one, CVC or CVCE.
Consonant, vowel, consonant.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then consonant vowel consonant is when it's the bossy E is what we call it in VIPKid. It makes the vowel say its name, the long vowel sound.
Yeah, the silent E. Good. Oh, you guys are such smart cookies. What about HFW?
Ooh, yes, that one I did not know.
Oh yeah.
I know that now, though.
Oh, I know that one, but I'll let someone else say it.
Because I didn't teach elementary education. I taught the secondary. So
Mhm.
I had to ask that one on a group, and I felt really stupid. But
High frequency words.
I knew it. I didn't say it.
my question is,
Right,
yeah,
that's what I was
my
thinking.
question is during the classes, it says HFW. Do we say these are HFW words, or I just always say they're sight words?
Yeah, I just always say they're sight words
I
too.
say sight
And then
words.
I put that in the feedback too. Like if they need help with that. Like I have 3 students in Unit 5. We're learning about mammals and fish and reptiles. It's awesome. And so in the feedback, I'll say, work on the sight words, pretty and well and saw instead of high frequency words. I found that to me, I feel like it translates better. The parents are going to understand sight words more than frequency words.
So in kindergarten, a lot of times we call them popcorn words because they pop up in the reading a lot. So in my classroom, I had a bucket, like all the popcorn spilled out and all the words were on little popcorn pieces.
Oh, cute.
I think it's hard to say they're HFW words. It's kind of you might as well just say high frequency because HFW isn't any easier to say.
Yeah, well, I think that's just for writing.
Oh, I often reference them in feedback to parents. And part of my strategy for writing good feedback is telling the parent and teaching them a little bit about English. So I will write, these are words that we see very commonly in English. So I will add other words to describe. I will say high frequency words, and then I will say high frequency words are words that are easily to describe, are commonly known in English. So I'll write that in my feedback to parents, and then I will list the words that they should practice.
Yeah. Good. All right. Let's see. Lori said high frequency words and sight mean different. High frequency words are words that occur frequently in text and should be read quickly. Sight words cannot be sounded out.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
She's right.
I use them pretty interchangeably, though. I mean,
they are similar, though. In
kindergarten.
I do try to do the academic language that's on the slides, because though not everything is consistent across the curriculum with VIPKid, if they say bossy E, usually you'll see it again in a different level, the same wording.
Right.
So we see short and long. They teach those words in a very low level. You'll see that again at a higher level. So instead of saying like, what else they call magic E, I don't say magic E. I teach bossy E because that is what's on the slides. And so even though I have my little keywords, I'm cognizant of teaching the academic language that we are teaching in the program, because I've seen other levels, and other levels just repeat that again. So might as well just make it easier for them.
Doesn't it say sight words on some?
Yes.
I think some do say
but
sight
that,
words.
like Heather was telling us that, there's a difference.
On the kids slide?
Sometimes it'll say sight words, and sometimes it'll say HFW.
Oh, I'll have to pay attention.
Too?
But I mean, I just always refer to it as sight words because to the parents. But I like what Amanda said, so now I'm probably going to steal that idea and tell the parents, why it's a frequent word.
Amanda, I agree. Same as silent E. I hear magic E from students often too. Huh. Cool. All right, I've got another one for you guys. PPT.
Oh, yes.
That is a good one.
I had a student actually tell me that. I can't see the PPT. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know they knew it was a PPT.
It has two meanings.
It's got two. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
PowerPoint slide.
Peak time.
And peak. Right. Okay.
Oh, so we have another one with two meanings.
Are you still adding to the list or no?
No, I can. I ran out of room.
You don't have to. We can.
I can start a new one. Okay.
We can always add one later too, or at the bottom. Hey, Amy Lou. Yes, peak time. Kelly, you smart cookie. Everyone's smart cookies to me today. I'm just in that kind of mood. I don't know. Okay, UA.
Oh yeah, unit assessment.
It's a good one.
Yeah, and that's like, I think that one's good to know for, like Amanda was showing us the, what am I trying to say? Like the major course and stuff, but it doesn't say UA, but it does tell you to do the UA feedback and things. Oh, Cindy. Yes, 15 watchers. You guys rock. Oh, thanks, Cindy.
So I think sometimes maybe we should just mention, in case there's a new teacher, that PPT does stand for peak time, but on your actual schedule where you open your classes, it's going to say hot or hot.
Hot times. Yeah. That's a good one.
That's true. Yeah.
That's very confusing. Why don't they just put PPT times there?
One thing I'm supposed to tell you all,
PPT, HOT.
Right? I'm supposed to tell everybody in the chat that these are our opinions. This is not from headquarters, or actually the ones I have on here are from VIPKid portal, but these are our opinions and our, discussions. So
well, our educated opinions, like we're veterans here.
Yes. True story. Okay, I've got an easy one for you. BJT.
Oh, I know that one.
Go ahead, Cindy.
Beijing time.
That's a good one.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately in the East, it's only 12 hours difference at this point. So that's cool.
I am so bummed though, because I teach a lot of Starlight. I was adding it up. Wow. I have at least 2 to 3 Starlight classes, not including the Starlight trials. But the thing about that is they book 4 weeks out in a row. We're having a get together. Well, not a big get together, obviously, but on 4th of July. So I have declined 5 times now, and that's 20 classes, and none of them rebooked without that day. And they usually book 2 classes and then the 4, and then 2 of them took away their other 2. So I've lost
wow.
I'm like, really?
Wow.
One day off.
I've never had anybody book for 4 in a row.
Yeah, just the night, Amanda.
Oh, just the night. Oh.
I took them for the morning. So that was only for the night, and most of them were 9:30 p.m. my time. I'm like, that's prime fireworks if I want to watch anything,
Wow.
So anyway, let's see. The red also looks darker for PPT time. Yeah. What is IPA? Like IPA feature? That's all I can think of.
IPA.
Like an ale? This is from Meredith.
I have no idea.
Meredith, help us out.
Where did you see it, Meredith?
I don't know. There's not an answer there yet. IPA, is she trying to get us to say the beer? I don't know if she's being funny.
Independent.
The teaching, how we teach the classes, IPAE.
Oh, the cycle.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what we're talking about, right?
IPAED.
Yeah, so
right.
Introduce, practice, and apply.
Oh.
Yeah. And then
that's hilarious.
E is extend.
Yes.
And then in the unit assessment classes, we have the D, the demonstrate.
Jason mentioned it above. He was asking for it above, and I just had missed it. But yeah, I guess I totally just gave myself away.
We all had to think about that for a minute, and I coach on that every day.
That's
and I had to think about that for that
we
long.
got thrown off when she said beer, and then our minds could not think.
Good excuse.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Good excuse.
Yeah. So it is on all the interactive level 2 lessons. They're going to follow this. You're going to IPA in a section, in a vocabulary section or a verb section, and then move on to the new section. Yeah.
Chelsea said IRA is mentioned on the IMC classes.
Oh, the new interactive level 1 classes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is IRA?
I've never taught one of those classes. I don't know.
Maybe
So
introduce.
it's the same. It's like introduce, repeat, and apply. I'll look up the exact.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, well, even though we haven't taught it, Amanda, we probably took the quiz on it.
You know what? I didn't certify either. So.
Oh, see, I did.
Oh no.
I'm like, what is
I don't get any level 1 classes anymore, because I had a level 1 parent give me a 4 apple score and write that I wasn't a good teacher for lower levels. So I think that parents look at that in my 5 apples, and that was 2 years, almost 3 years ago. So unfortunately, because of that, I don't get any level 1s, which that's fine. I mean, my classes are fully booked. I'm not stressing for classes, but I don't ever get any more, and I used to have all of them.
Yes, I think Amy and Lori was talking about KWL. This one I know a lot from being in the classroom. Anybody KWL?
It's in level 5.
Yeah.
Very often.
I do not really like that slide, but
I don't either.
Teacher Melissa says it's awesome, but
I use that slide. I
don't agree.
use that slide because of Teacher Melissa. I watched her video on it. Yeah, I circle the K on the top and reference it to the bottom. This is what you want to know. Circle the W, what you want to know. And yeah, go watch that video. Melissa, is it Costello?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I watched it, but I still don't like that slide.
Yeah. I use it.
But she says it's used in education. I don't teach public education. So she said they use that a lot in public schools and stuff.
Yes, we do. Yes, they do. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
So the kids know.
We had our kids come home and had to do the schooling remote schooling, we had to do that with my kids for their stuff. So yeah.
Melissa, were you gonna say something?
Oh, IRA and IMC level 1, interactive level 1 is interactive read aloud. So it's when basically they're repeating you. You're doing a lot of reading and they're repeating you, but then there's also interaction on every slide in IMC. So that's what it stands for. That's the official interactive read aloud.
Hey, Kasie, are you going to interview Melissa Costello? I've invited her, but I don't know that she's gotten my message. So I don't know. If she wants to, I'm here. Oh, I quickly skim over that slide. That's from Kelly. Wow, Amanda, that's terrible. Yeah.
It's the game. That's how it works, unfortunately. Even, yeah, that was like my 3rd month teaching. And yes, I was using black and white props because I had no color printer. That's why, like, I'm Amanda Panda teacher, ship colored stuff all over the country because it wasn't fair. Like, I didn't have a printer. So I just started teaching. I taught like 20 classes. I'm not going to go spend a couple $100 for a printer to print Meg and Mike. So yeah, I had black and white Meg and Mike. So sorry. But like, it was a brand new parent, first class, level 1, number 1. And I was a good teacher, she wrote, but my props were not engaging and better for an upper level. So there you go. That just pigeonholes you to that path you're on.
I don't know. You're like a seasoned teacher now. I would say that's over. That is over, girl. Come on.
I think that I think all my slots are full, and so my regulars push and fill my slots, so I just don't have open spaces.
Because I got way at the beginning, I got a 4 apple from a parent. I was so devastated. I went back, looked at the video, and I'm like, this was a perfectly fine class. Like, everything about it was fine. And then they rebooked me. And so I had crafted this feedback, saying, please let me know what I could do to make it to 5 apples, because I really strive to be a 5 apple teacher and everything. And then she booked me again. And of course I upped my game a little bit, more energy, more props. And she gave me 4 again. So then you know what I did that time? Because I thought so hard on the first feedback, I copied and pasted it to the next one. So I'm like, if you're going to not even respond to my feedback, I'm just going to copy paste, and I never saw them again. So that was good. But, the class was fine. And so I don't really take that personally, but it is still kind of on the feedback. Like, even though now I'm up to 1,000 5 apple reviews, I still have a invalidated 3 apple and like 5 4 apples. So
I have 2 1 apples.
Wow.
That's all over Facebook.
Right?
It's invalidated, but yeah, her name was all over Facebook. It was every teacher that taught that little girl.
Wow.
All of us got them. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is so bad.
Yeah. Back to the acronyms.
I thought of 2 more.
We had the same one.
Well, good minds think alike. T number 2 and then T. So teacher to teacher. So it's that middle box in our feedback that we write. And then a lot of people say B to B, back to back. So like teaching back to back classes.
What's the most you've ever taught B to B?
12.
Oh, me too. That's what I was going to say. 12.
Really?
I did.
Not fun.
Oh, Kasie, you win.
But I don't remember how many were no-shows. I booked 26 in a row.
So some of them were no-shows?
Yeah, I booked 26 in a row, but we counted them out one time, but I don't remember how many.
Oh, that's
I
good.
luckily had some, trial no-shows, because that's when I was new. So I had all of those trials in there. So, yeah.
I had one, some thoughts for in the feedback. If you're going to go to stuff like that, if you see GS, that would be the Google Slides.
Good one. Yeah. Google Slides.
And I've been using the Stars to Apple. Did you guys know that? I've been using the Stars to Apple app.
If you haven't, then you haven't watched her video.
Exactly. I'm like, nobody's jumping on this wagon here. I love it. So, so I just put S2A then, and it's not really necessarily for the teacher, but it's also notes to myself that I kind of put in the reward that I used the last time. Yeah. Then that way I can know for the next time. Because I used Feedback Panda for a while, but I don't use it anymore. So
Some people do this too in the teacher to teacher. They put a hashtag and then a code like lettering, and people actually use that. There's a group called VIPKid Teacher.
yeah.
Who's my teacher?
Where's
Something
my
is
student?
where's my student? So you can
Something.
go and search that group and match up with the person who has that hashtag. So that's what that's for. So if you ever see that, that's what that's for.
Mhm. Jason said, I think level 1 parents have lower expectations for men because he hardly ever uses any props, but parents keep booking him for level 1. He said he's done 10 back-to-backs. Teacher Kelly's done 20.
Wow.
I remember
wow.
talking to her about that. 14 for Lori. Kelly said all 20 showed up.
Oh,
I remember that
Wow.
because we were talking about, we were all trying to beat each other. I'm just going to, Marianne, Kelly, and I. And I had more booked back-to-back, but they've taught more back-to-back. Oh, let's see. We have TNR, TVSS. Okay, I'm going to write that one.
So those are Google Slide acronyms.
Oh,
I think
T-
that, just real quick, if you ever see S2A or Google Slide like GS or hashtag GS, it's a good note that like this is a student that likes those digital rewards. That
Yeah,
they've had
that's
a
good.
teacher that uses those before. So even though it is a note to yourself,
Yeah.
it also helps I feel like it helps a teacher that's going to come after you.
Yeah.
Good one.
Because in reference to that also, that's a good point, because sometimes the Google Slides will give you the reward for that student for that class. And if you know the teacher just used that one, you can pick a different one.
Right.
You
Exactly.
know, that's a good point. Yeah.
So,
Marianne?
and the TNR and TVS, those are types of Google Slides. So tap and reveal or teacher versus student, like the type of Google Slide reward you can choose.
Mine just started being able to like move on the screen itself. I don't know if it just wasn't updating, but
Google
like,
Slides or
like when you have the sight words, high frequency words are all on one slide. Well, mine have always looked like they're on one slide. They don't like scroll through or anything.
for Google Slides?
You have to be in present mode.
Oh,
when you see a bunch of words tied like over each other, you have to put that Google Slide in present and click to see them one at a time.
So maybe I shouldn't have waited 10 months to ask somebody that question.
There's this
you haven't been using it?
group.
I use it all the time. I just skip those. I use that every single day. I just skip it and write the words.
You do that on your phone or?
That's okay. That's okay, Kasie.
That's hilarious. Hey, I never
put it in present. Up
here.
at the top, there's a button that
I don't
says
even
present.
use those. I don't even use the
You don't use the props?
words. Not the words and the props. No, I just use my own props. I just use the rewards.
Yeah. I use them as props, not rewards usually, unless I know the student loves Frozen or loves a certain one. And I've already taught them a bunch of times and I'll pull that out. Yeah. Okay, those were good. Thanks for the help. Whoever put that, I don't remember who. I said thank you. Oh, it was Lori. That was a great one.
Okay, so I wanna show you
yeah.
Kasie, can I show you real quick?
Of course.
Okay, so this is the Google Slide for the word cute, and you can see that they all look like this over here. But when I click that present button, it makes it fill up my screen.
Oh, neat.
So then I can hit click and the E comes over. Cut becomes cute.
Neat.
Normally they're on one slide, even on the side though.
Yeah, I know. I didn't pull up one like that.
Oh, that's the same thing though. Okay.
But it's the same thing. You'll just click and one word will come, and then when you click again, that one goes away and a new word comes on.
Because present mode turns on the functions of the slides flipping.
It makes the PowerPoint work. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Without that, you're just seeing them all piled on top of each other. Like each slide has different like click things set.
Yeah.
So like they won't function as you click unless you have it on present mode. Because it's telling you to perform.
Now I must be in present mode because this is the first week it's like dark black now and it's all working now.
Oh.
Maybe
Did
I
you ever
updated.
get a new computer, Kasie?
No, I'm still using my
Okay.
old laptop.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. Okay, I'll check the chat again in a minute. What about TT?
Teacher.
I'm having to think about this one.
Teacher.
Teacher
We see
talk.
in the chat box if they know. They're laughing. Yes, Lori, I know. I'm instead of just
TT.
asking, I just assumed, I don't have that function on my phone. Did anyone figure it out? TT?
Teacher
Talk.
tokens.
What's that?
I'm sorry. Go
Teacher
ahead.
tokens.
Oh.
No. What'd you think, Cindy?
Teacher talk.
Teacher tips.
Teacher
Oh.
tips.
I didn't even know there was an acronym for that, and I've been around forever.
But when I read that one, I was like, oh wait, I think that's in the black box.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh, here's an important one for all teachers from Teacher Heather. R&R.
Yes.
Anybody? Melissa?
Rest and relaxation.
Yes.
We all need that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like how Marianne said it. Marianne's just getting there where she's finally resting, right, Marianne? She also said it's usually SOS for teachers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's see. Ooh, well, here's one that they use a lot in different areas. Mostly I see it on YouTube, but I don't know what it would be for the guys. So SAHM, I wouldn't write this one down. SHAM and WAHM.
Oh, I know that one.
Stay at home, mom,
Yeah.
and
Work at home.
Mom. Yeah, I was trying to think. Do they
So
say
what are
stay
you,
at home?
Kasie?
What's that?
What are you, Kasie?
What am I?
I mean, you're a mom, but your kids aren't home, so.
Yeah, I'm work in an empty nester house. I've been a stay-at-home mom or work-at-home mom for many years. Yep.
Does it
Well, for
just
guys, I
change
guess it'd
for
be like
them? Like
stay-at-home dad?
SAHD, like stay at home dad? I mean, I'm just guessing here.
That's what I was thinking too. If anybody really knows, let me know because I've been like thinking about that one.
I mean, they're doing the same thing, so that's what I would think. But
No, they're just a work at home person. Like they don't juggle as much.
It depends. I've seen some stay-at-home dads that juggle a whole lot more.
I know.
Stay-at-home mamas.
They get credit for that too. That's
Let's see.
awesome.
Lori said she had a lucky guess. She said teacher tips. Oh, good guesses, guys.
I'm going to be looking tomorrow morning
Jason
to
said
see if it has it up there.
SAHD.
Yeah.
Jason said I'm a SNK, single no kid.
Wow. Ooh, that's a good one.
He's a single no kid VIP kid teacher.
So how many classes do you do, Jason? Because they're the ones that might be able to power up to get the over 180 something classes for the new program.
Yeah, I was
new pay
wondering,
structure.
do any of you teach enough for it to stay, or if you want to answer that or not? I've seen it a lot lately. I average between 200 and 220. So I think if I do the math, then I'm going to be pretty much on the same thing. But
yeah, mine would, the last couple months I would be breaking even, a little bit more than breaking even, but that's because I'm home from COVID.
right.
Not normally I wouldn't be doing this many classes.
Right. And I am because this has been my only work.
And I'm thinking of doing homeschool next year. So I might just continue to do this. I've done it before, but I've enjoyed the structure of the school for my kids, but there's just some issues that I thought
we always do co-ops and things like that. So
yeah, and I tell
they
people
get a little bit of that structure.
This COVID thing, and this is not homeschool.
Right.
This is not, like, I've homeschooled before. We go on field trips. I visit friends and, do things that stimulate your intelligence more than just staying home.
I have friends that are messaging me. I'm not calling anybody out, guys, so don't think that. But I can see both sides. Some of my friends or family members are great homeschooling parents. They do those things, take the field trips and things. And then some, they can't get them to do their homework. So I wonder how they're going to get, you know what I mean? Like, it's not for everybody. I've said that on here before. I think homeschooling is great for many kids, great for many parents, but it's not for everyone. So that's just my little soapbox.
Well, the problem with, when you have a kid that goes to school and someone else is giving them work and they're actually not doing it, and then as the parent, you're trying to get them to do what someone else is making them to do, that's even harder.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that
totally depends on the kid and the parent. I mean,
and that's the one thing, to go through all that effort and have the only problem that I have is I'm the one who feels like I'm in trouble. Like the kid doesn't really care. So I'm like, somehow we're going to have to stay home and learn how to love learning. So I'm hoping maybe outschool, for my kids even.
All right. Lori, great acronyms. Meredith said, I'm a dink. Dual income, no kids. Lori, did you see Lori's, Melissa?
Yes. So I was typing them in here. Yeah. Those are great ones. Those are in those TT, teacher tips. Yeah. Scaffold up and scaffold down for the student. That is a great one. I can't spell, but there we go. Okay.
Marianne, that's funny. Jason said he teaches about 50 to 70 classes a week.
Oh, wow.
Lori said she averages 185 a month, so just over.
So I want to respond. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I said, I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. I was on Teacher Tim, Teacher Dudes.
You did
yes, I saw you.
And I mean, like I did 200 at one time, and I could, if I did it again, I'd probably break even or make like 75 cents more. But I just haven't decided what I'm going to do yet.
I loved your perspective, though. It was not something I had thought about.
Definitely. I have a question for you. Do you get you don't really have to say it if you feel this is too much in being nosy, but do you get paid extra for the extra things that you do for VIPKid, or do you get paid like $10? Is it a little more?
So each builders program has like their own contract, and like a mock class mentor is going to get a certain amount for their classes. Online coaching sessions pay a certain amount, depending on when they are.
So there is a little bit of an incentive for you to do that.
So it's not like we want the incentives or we want more money. I mean, we're not asking for that. We just wish our time was counted towards those MC classes that we do teach. Does that make sense?
Or even I think if you're like making it to mock mentor status, you should have a higher base pay, I would think, because you're,
or their own tier.
Yeah.
Their own tier.
A different tier.
Definitely, you should be recognized in some way. I think as that. I just had a question. I had another question I was gonna say. Oh, I wanted to respond to Marianne. She said something about that she doesn't call kids kids, she calls them children, and that's what I was really surprised with VIPKid, because my whole entire life people are said kids are baby goats, they're children. And now I'm used to it. But when I first started into VIPKid, I was surprised at being an English language thing that we were saying kids are kids. And like I always say they're kids, but English wise, proper wise, it's not really a proper word.
I've always called them kids. Like always. Like students. Oh, these are my kids. What about you guys? Cindy, Amanda?
Oh, yeah. I've always used kids. It's interchangeable. So.
Yeah.
I think I'm more of a kid person too. So I think it's just culturally, like where you grew up or how your parents addressed or spoke about maybe a different experience that you have. So
I don't know. I think that depending on your educational background as well. Like if you grew up with really strong English minded people that were prim and proper, that might be.
I'm a California girl, so like it's all sunshine and slang over here. So
Yeah.
whatever we're gonna say will be simple and easy. So there's not a lot of we wear jeans to weddings, so
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think
So
kids
are we
sound
talking
more
about like what we say in feedback or in class?
Just in general. Just
Just
using
in
it.
general.
What we say
Just in general.
Okay.
Like, what is your
Marianne in the
term?
chat, she said she very rarely calls kids. She calls because that's a kid is a baby goat.
I got you. Okay.
So, and I've
So I
heard
was
that
thinking, I don't
throughout.
say that. In feedback, I say student or your daughter or your son or something to the
Okay.
parents. So, okay.
Right.
I'm with you now.
Yeah.
And I probably
Okay.
say kids. My kids.
I don't think I do in feedback.
I always say I have 13 kids. I don't say I have 30.
Yeah.
But when you're in an educational setting, it's more proper to say children.
She's right.
Yeah.
And there's even VIP kid lessons, you know, that teach you the adult animal and the baby
Yeah,
animal.
that's true.
Let's see. Hey, Giselle, thanks for coming. She's awesome. Gwen said she homeschooled for 8 years. We did classical conversations for our May group. Lori said she agrees with Marianne. My grandma would have told me to go live with the kids if I called children a kid.
Wow.
Giselle said, yep, I did 70 classes now. The hours have been cut as of this week to 45 classes a week. Wow.
I think she teaches for another company.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, I was talking to her yesterday. She hasn't gotten hired on to VIPKid. I don't know if she's going to or not.
Yeah. Danny, I'm thankful for the company today, ladies. Sitting down to get a little work done. Oh, thanks, Danny. Teacher Heather, right now, since I cut out evenings, I've been averaging about 220 per month.
Wow, Heather.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I am out of acronyms. That's all I had. What do you guys think? Did you think of any more?
I think that was a pretty extensive list.
Yeah, that was
That
awesome.
was pretty good. I have made it onto a document and I'm going to throw it up on my website too for anybody that needs it. Maybe we'll put it down below as well too.
Like new teacher support.
What's that?
Like new teacher support, because that would be helpful for new teachers to kind of have a cheat sheet of what the acronyms are.
My husband made a section on my webpage because I don't, or my website because I don't do my website, but he made a new teacher support area in there. So, all right. Well, great. Thank you guys so much. Thank you all for coming. In the chat, we had 18 people with us today. Wow.
Wow.
Also, let us know if there's other topics that you'd like to see on this channel or from all of us. Lori Bender, did we say LP? We did. We did mention the learning partner, but good one. Kelly said, I'm still cleaning my bathrooms. I was hoping you guys would go longer. Well, Kelly, I'm glad we could be of some company in the potty with you there. Giselle said she teaches for Q Kids. She never signed the VIPKid contract because the pay is too low. I was hired but didn't do any classes. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I was talking to her because she almost signed up under me, but then she was like, she was offered a certain amount. So she's like, if I take what I was offered before, I might get more. So she's kind of been back and forth, but yeah.
Right. I don't need to mention that this is water, right? Remember my student? If you had seen my lives before, I have a student that constantly asks if my water bottle is a beer. I guess their bottles must be green there for beer. I don't know. All right, everybody. Thanks again for coming. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye,
see
everyone.
you. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you, Kasie.
Thanks for coming.